Good morning. I love this passage. The vine and the branches. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that does not bear fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So this is all about us remaining in him, believing he is who he says he is. That's the foundation or the premise. And remaining in him and allowing him through the Holy Spirit to transform us and bear that beautiful fruit. What fruit is he talking about? Is he talking about kind of a moral checklist of things to do? By no means. He's talking about the fruit of the Spirit. So his desire for his children is for us to become more loving, fruit of the Spirit, more peaceful, fruit of the Spirit. And he's perfect in these things, and he's the author and perfecter of our faith and our lives being submitted to him. What comes out of that is we become more loving, we become more peaceful, we become more kind and gentle. So we have more self-control because we're being perfected by the Spirit of God. It's not our works or our own will, our own strength to do these things. We're not trying to achieve to receive. We're understanding who we are, and as we submit our lives to God, we're being perfected in the fruit of the Spirit. That is the way to live. It's a totally different way of living. We aren't in that place of insecurity of trying to do something in order to receive. We understand what we were created for, because we weren't created to live a life centered in self. We were meant to live a life centered in him. And when we are in him, when we remain in him, connected to the vine, right? Then all of a sudden the fruit takes care of itself. Ted in our group, he talks about, a cherry tree doesn't have to try and grow cherries, it just does. So I think that we settle for a form of godliness, but we deny the power of it because we incorporate Jesus into our life for a better day instead of just saying, you know what, God, I'm yours. I'm going to trust you with my life. And in trusting him in our lives, then all of a sudden that fruit just starts growing. 7.5 years ago, I didn't have to try and grow fruit in my life. It's just happening. It's a beautiful place to be. I have peace. I have joy. I have contentment. I have an overflowing love for people, even my enemies, right? And that comes from God. That's the fruit of the Spirit. It doesn't come from me. I did nothing. I did nothing except come to him and say, God, I'm yours. And then I know his love for me, so that sets me free to love other people. I finally have roots. I'm connected to that vine. I'm connected to the love of God, which transforms my heart, gives me new lenses to see life. And in that is my desire for each man that comes through the door of Restoring Freedom and Encounter Road. My desire is that they understand who they are, that they've been settling for something less. And God absolutely loves you and wants the best for his children. And he's telling us how to experience that is remain in me as I remain in you. And out of that, you will bear much fruit. Anyway, God bless y'all.